Hey, everybody. Adam Phillips here for Dynamite Entertainment. And we're here today with Philip Kennedy Johnson, the writer of the upcoming 007 miniseries coming from Dynamite in August. Before we get started, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos from Dynamite on our YouTube page. And Philip, it's great to have you.
Great to be here, Adam. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. You've delved into some really serious mythology before with Action Comics and with Aliens. You've created some very deep mythology in The Last God, which was a fantastic series, and now you're getting to explore another character and history with a real deep background with James Bond. So can you tell me, how did you get involved with the project and what your hopes are for it?
Well, I mean, my editor, Nate Cosby, reached out about the possibility, and honestly, it was too big of an opportunity to not take a swing at it. I'm a huge Bond fan. The chapters in the Bond series up until now, I feel like have always been like time capsules, so just very much of their time and place. And it's been really interesting to see the mythology kind of change over the generations. And for the next iteration that we're about to do now, I wanted to introduce some elements of spycraft that I feel like are sometimes missing. Like he's always been a power fantasy. Well, I have some experience writing power fantasies, like with Superman and Batman have their own brand of that, but with Bond, it's a different kind of thing. Like the guy who's always in control and he's just like everything he does is just the height of cool. I would love to see, though, more elements of spycraft in his story. And I've got a long love of the John le Carré novels and the work of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And I want to bring some kind of that flavor to it, like put a little bit more of a from the shadows kind of spin on the stuff that we usually see, a different kind of Bond girl, a different use of technology and gadgets, and put a new spin on some of the elements that we all know and love from the Bond mythos.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, because, even Ian Fleming called Bond a blunt instrument, which, they echoed in one of the movies, I think. But the fact is that any character who's going to be in this sort of setting has to have that spycraft skill set to get by. And now, so with this story, you're kind of talking about a character from his past who has met in a untimely end. And can you tell us a little about that and what's the setup for the story?
Yeah, sure. I wanted to show a new kind of Bond girl in this story where it's not like there's a line in one of the original novels. I think it was one of the Fleming novels in which he says something about there's a woman in the scene and he describes her as being 5 years younger than him and 10 years too old for him or something like that. And we've seen that version of Bond in the films over and over again, and also in the novels. And I kind of wanted to show a different kind of woman in this one, one that he's not only attracted to, but one that he also respects deeply, and one that just shows a different side to Bond, a different chapter of his career as well. One thing I really liked from the Anthony Horowitz novels, the novels that are being written now, there was one of those chapters, I think it was Forever in the Day, is about his like how he became a 00.
Nice.
And I thought that was pretty cool to see a chapter in his history that not necessarily a one and done, but like a chapter that had like real meaning for the whole Bond myth. And I wanted to see more about the other 00s that he was working with. And so we introduced a new woman who's actually a little bit older than him, who is a 00 herself named Gwendolyn Gann, who's just a consummate badass who kind of shows him what it means to be a 00, one that he worked with. And we see most of their relationship through flashback. And we see how, what she meant to him, why he's so indebted to her and her memory, and what she represents to him. She represents this whole idea of doing it for England, and like putting Queen and country first, and just trying to constantly remind himself of the reasons why he got into this business in the first place.
Very cool.
Yeah, I really like Gwendolyn Gann, and I'm really excited for readers to meet her.
Very cool. Yeah, that sounds amazing. And you've got Marco Finnegan doing the artwork. We're going to show a few of the pages right now. The book's coming out in August, so that's still summer blockbuster season, which I feel
Yeah,
like this fits right in with that.
yeah,
I
totally.
mean, yeah, I think readers are going to be able to expect, a lot of action and excitement, as well as, the tradecraft kind of storytelling. So, is there anything else you want to add that you're trying to bring to the James Bond mythos?
You sometimes see this character change from iteration to iteration a little bit, and I really like the physicality aspect of the like someone who gets to see Bond like really scrap and see what he can do physically. For me, I really like those moments. It's cool to see his old school, um, little tricks that he uses as a special agent, but I also love to see him like really handle himself well. So it's just another part of the fantasy that I think is important. That so we'll be seeing that come to the fore in the book for sure. We're going to have all the elements that readers look for. We'll have the somewhat theatrical nature to the villains, very memorable villains. We've got a
Right.
villain I'm also very proud of.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't even really talked about the villain, or Myrmidon, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, Myrmidon. Yeah, it's the word Myrmidon. I don't know if it was the original use of the word, but the word is from the Rage of Achilles, from
Uh,
the old poem. Like Achilles is a unit that he led of warriors.
mm,
We're called the Myrmidons. The Myrmidons in this story represent the changing nature of warfare and what the next step in warfare is. Like it's in the news, like currently there are several nations that are unapologetically doing these like quote unquote super soldier projects, trying to kind of raise the bar and what our military forces are capable of
mm,
through pharmaceuticals and technology and little things, trying to make our soldiers better
man.
in ways that we usually regard with sci-fi.
Mhm.
And I want to see where that could actually lead and how that could change the nature of warfare, and not just in the with regard to the whole idea of the super soldier, but also the privatization of warfare. Like
Right.
what happens when war is no longer fought between nations or ideologies, but between corporations and bottom lines.
Wow. Well, that sounds really fascinating, and I think we're going to look forward to it. We are going to right now. We'll show the covers for the first issue. So please stop by your local comic shop. Tell the person behind the counter that you want to get in on the ground floor, and they should order you copies of the first issue and beyond. We look forward to it. It sounds really fascinating, and we appreciate it, Philip.
Thanks, Adam. I'm super excited.
Very cool. Thanks for your time.
And you.